Okay, so in this video here, I'm going to go over the stock Apple, and I'll go over my ideal entry, and I'll also go over why I believe this stock is one of the best stocks to buy in the month of the June going into the end of the year. And I'll also go over my potential price targets to see this stock go ahead to. So starting off from where we're currently at, so you see as of Friday, the stock closed at $200.85. And you see I have a line here, which is my ideal entry point for this stock at 193. And you see here we have this trend line. Multiple times it has retested this trend line and obviously pushed the stock price back up. And you see it was only a duration of 3 days where the stock was actually beneath this trend line. And then again, obviously, other than that, it has been respecting this trend line. And I actually released an article back in November of 2024, pretty much the same structure. And in that article, I went over why I believed Apple was one of the best stocks heading into Christmas. So you see again the same thing. You have this upward trend line in a period of 3 days where it was beneath that, and other than that, the stock has respected that trend line and pushed it further back up. So you see another key point I want to go over is this last time it retested that trend line that I just had on there. You see once it hit it back up, it visited my 1.786 level. So if this 193 were to hold, you see that's telling us Apple could potentially head to around 230, if not 250 once it breaks that. And it's actually crazy that this is telling us that Apple could potentially head to 250 because I have a price target of $249. And the reason I have that price point is because this is actually where the yearly candle opened. And I truly believe that Apple could close off the year positive. And I actually want to go over to the SPY real quick because Apple is actually one of the S&P's biggest holdings. So you see here, I have a price point of where it actually currently is now of $589. And you see after the February through April sell-off, it eventually bought straight back up to where the yearly candle opened. So going back over to Apple now, again, this 249 is where it opened. So I truly believe that by the end of this year, it could potentially be back around $250. And for my ideal entry, that would be 28%. And I actually will be buying the leverage ticker, and I'll show you guys why. So you see here, this is where the yearly candle opened. And for my ideal price point, that could potentially pay you just over 80% return on your investment. And one last reason I believe that this 193 could hold, this is something that I've noticed looking at Apple over the past few years as well. So you see from the monthly time frame, this was the low. And then if you go look back at how Apple reacts to the low of negative month, so you see here the month of October of 2023, it closed red. And then you see here April 2024, it retested that price point and then pushed it back to all-time highs. And another time, which was June of 2022, it retested it in December of 2022 as well as January of 2023, and again pushed that to all-time highs as well. So again, I'm hoping that this 193 could hold, and then from there we could again go back to the year open price of 249, if not back to all-time highs. So if that were to happen and this 193 were to be the low point for the rest of the year, this could potentially pay you just over 34%. And again, I will be personally buying the leverage stock. So if you go back to this one, back to all-time highs, that's just over 100%. Excuse me. So this is just a quick breakdown of why I like the company's Apple heading into the end of the year. So hopefully this can go well. And I'm also open to hearing you guys' opinions on what you believe the stock will do to end the year off well. And as always, invest safe.